Welcome to my Reflections podcast. On this podcast, I'll be sharing a journal entry which I wrote a few months back, and this one is titled To Be a Man. Here I am, staring at this page, enveloped by darkness like a never-ending abyss. But whilst my eyes stare, my thoughts are preoccupied with endless questions and worries. It's like a part of me is dying to speak, but is forced to shriek under the duct tape I've wrapped around myself. Isn't that strange? If I'm thirsty, I drink water. If I'm hungry, I eat food. If I'm tired, I sleep. But when it comes to my worries, I'm paralyzed. I can't even tell you what my worries are. In fact, up until the point I began smudging my fingertips onto my keyboard, I didn't even know any of this was on my mind. Isn't that strange? It's like a part of me reveals itself as soon as it's presented with a chance to finally talk. To talk freely. But in all honesty, I'm not talking freely. Perhaps I never have. Perhaps I never will. I talk with honesty. But to talk freely, that takes a level of vulnerability that I'm afraid to share. Strangely enough, that worries me too. I feel like everyone is hiding behind a mask or a veil of some kind, which from a young age we have subconsciously or consciously put on. But perhaps that mask which we wear and present to the world around us is a necessary part of society. I know that regardless of how I feel during my day, I will try my absolute best to do the tasks required of me. The way I feel often has no correlation to whether or not those tasks get done, and perhaps that's what it means to be a man. To do what's necessary regardless of how you feel. To go to work regardless of how you feel. To study regardless of how you feel. And to the extreme, to go to war regardless of how you feel. I'm fortunate enough to have an amazing father still around and helping me through my own journey of manhood. But I know that whenever the sad day comes and he passes, there's no time for emotions. There's no time for tears. There's no time for self-pity. I will have to rise and be a pillar to my family, and be a shoulder they lean on for comfort, because perhaps that's what it means to be a man. However, I'd be lying to you if I said I don't dread that day. I'd be lying to you if I said I don't try and cast the thought from my mind as soon as it enters my head. And I'd be lying to you if I said I don't hold back tears just thinking about it. But perhaps that's what it means to be a man. Perhaps all my worries and all my self-doubt are necessary components for me to grow into the man I want to become. Perhaps all of this is manhood training, like Alex Haley put it in Roots. Perhaps what I feel, all men feel, but the only difference is I just have a mic in front of me. That was To Be a Man by me, Abdurrahman. Thank you for listening, and ma'asalam.